It's the biggest scandal to hit Australian cricket that we're comfortable talking about. The batsman, the Prime Minister, the condemned house. It all began during the Australian team's visit to Premier House, the official home of New Zealand's Prime Ministers. Both the Aussie and Kiwi teams were enjoying an event with Prime Minister Chris Luxon, which involved chats and backyard cricket. When, according to Usman Khawaja, the PM made a startling revelation.
OK, get this. The Prime Minister said he couldn't live in his place. He said it was condemned. The kitchen was condemned. I said, why don't you live here? He said, I'm actually not allowed. It was condemned.
The PM has, ironically, condemned the story, or at least denied he said the word condemned.
Well, look, I mean, the situation is I want to live in Government House. The apartment, as you know, has some long-standing maintenance issues.
In 2018, the building received repairs to the tune of $3 million, but reportedly still needs work to bring it up to scratch.
It's a bit of a political issue where the Prime Minister lives. We know that Usman Khawaja is a political guy, but I honestly think he had no idea what he was sort of dropping the Prime Minister in at this stage.
Usman's innocent anecdote has made life difficult for the NZ PM, who's been coy about his living arrangements since taking office.
I said, what? You're the Prime Minister, fix it. And he was like, oh, well, that costs money. And I'm like, surely there's some money in the New Zealand system.
Turns out there is some money in the New Zealand system.
Ah, sweet.
About $50,000, which is the annual allowance Luxon gets on top of his salary for living in an apartment he owns outright, which many are saying isn't a great look for a government that campaigned on reining in spending.
He's either blind to the politics of it or believes that, you know, MPs need to have somewhere to live and therefore deserves the entitlement for it. It just creates a political dynamic that's really hard for him, given he's got his apartment mortgage-free and so he's effectively pocketing the money.
Luxon, a former CEO of multinational company Unilever, as well as Air New Zealand, is independently wealthy with 7 real estate holdings to his name, including 4 investment properties, a family home, a holiday home, and the apartment in Wellington. Today, Luxon insisted he is entitled.
It's an entitlement. I'm well within the rules, and I'm just entitled to the entitlements that everyone else has.
Then, about 2 hours later, Luxon decided maybe he wasn't so entitled after all.
Chris, hello.
G'day, Heather. How are you today?
Very well, thank you. Are you going to change your mind on this?
Yeah, look, I'm going to repay the entitlement that I've just received this week, actually, since becoming Prime Minister.
So, with one win against the Kiwis under his belt, Uzi and the team are free to focus on racking up another this weekend.
There it is! Punched away, backward a point. That is 4. That is 100.
So he said he was going to take the money, then he's now going to pay it back. It's a real flip-flop, or I guess in New Zealand terms, he's a real jandler.
Proud of you of yourself right now, Michael Heath. I have to say, though, $3 million of repairs for a condemned property. Yeah. Bro, $3 million, I know heaps of guys who could just rebuild you a new car. Seriously, call me. I've got heaps of mates who will do that.
But that sounds expensive. What about the chit-chat with Usman Khawaja? A $50,000 bit of chat.
Yeah, it's a $50,000
Not good.
Yeah.
I know, an international incident now as well.